Hi everyone. Today we will be looking at the main schools of Indian philosophy. So traditionally, Indian philosophy is it's a broad term and it has been organized into six classical schools or disciplines known as the Darshanas. And the word Darshana literally means the ways of seeing or the way of seeing things. Now, each school in the Indian philosophy, it offers a unique way or the unique perspective, unique lens to understand life, reality, knowledge, ethics, and liberation. And rather than being an abstract idea, these systems combine an intellectual inquiry with practical living, and thus it shapes how people think, act, and seek meaning. So, darshanas are the ways of seeing life. It's a perspective of how to see life and understand it. Okay. Let's look at the different schools of Indian philosophy. There are six darshanas. Okay, so they provide all these darshanas together. They provide a comprehensive framework for the intellectual exploration of a practical living, and it balances the metaphysical inquiry and ethical guidance. The first school is Nyaya, or the school of logic. Now, Nyaya is the philosophy of reasoning and critical thinking. It focuses on how we gain true knowledge and how we can distinguish truth from error and how we can know that right and wrong through the tools like perception, inference, comparison, and debate. Nyaya actually trains the minds to think logically and question the assumptions. So it lays the foundation for a rational and philosophical inquiry in Indian philosophy. So it's a school which focuses on reasoning, okay, to understand the right and wrong, critical thinking. Next, we have Vaisheshika, which is the philosophy of physical world. It explores the nature of reality and the material universe. It classifies the existence of the world into categories such as substance, quality, action, and relation. And most notably, it proposes an atomic theory. It explains that all physical matter is made up of tiny, indivisible atoms. So these scientific ideas were the foundation of Vaisheshika, which is the second school of Indian philosophy. This reflects on the early approach, scientific approach to understanding the world, which existed in India. Next, we have Sankhya, which is the school which focuses on dualism of consciousness and matter. So it explains the universe through a dual framework. It's also an oldest philosophical system in India. So everything has a duality, or everything has a dual nature to it. And the universe's dual nature is explained in Sankhya as Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha means it's just pure consciousness, and Prakriti is the matter or the nature of it. And according to Sankhya, creation happens, life happens when these two interact. Purusha and Prakriti, when they interact, that's when the creation happens. And through this creation, liberation is achieved when consciousness realizes it is separate from material existence. And now, this system offers a deep analytical explanation of human suffering and freedom. Next, we have yoga, which can be closely linked to the earlier school Sankhya. Yoga focuses on the practice rather than theory. It teaches us that liberation can be achieved through self-control, ethical style of living, meditation, and mental discipline. So it is also a very famous or popular school of thought in the contemporary world also. By mastering the mind and body, yoga aims to unite the individual self with higher consciousness. And this makes the philosophy a lived experience. Okay, so it focuses on this union or the connection with the divine by controlling the mind and body. The next school is the Mimamsa, or the science of ritual and duty. Now, this concentrates on the interpretation of Vedas. This school particularly concentrates on Vedas and especially on the ritual actions that are prescribed in these Vedas. It emphasizes on dharma or duty and argues that faithfully performing prescribed rituals in the Vedas, they maintain a moral and social order. So, in order to maintain this order, we have to perform all these prescribed rituals. And unlike other schools, Mimamsa is less concerned with liberation and more focused on a righteous action in everyday life. Now, Vedanta, which is the knowledge of the self. It's rooted in the Upanishads and it explores the profound questions about the self or the Atma and the ultimate reality or the Brahma. And it teaches that true liberation comes through knowledge. And specifically, the realization that the individual soul and the universe are absolutely one. Okay, so it's a exploration of the self as well as the universe. And when we understand or when we get the knowledge that these are two, we are the universe, that is the focus of Vedanta. Vedanta has deeply influenced Indian spirituality and metaphysical thought also. Now, these are also an interconnected schools. These six schools, they do not stand alone, they are interconnected. For example, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, both these schools meets physics. So they combine the material analysis or the scientific thinking of it. And then Sankhya and Yoga, they both belong to a same category, which focuses on the dualism, which is paired with the spiritual discipline. And then Mimamsa and Vedanta, they both focus on the ritual and the realization of it. So the Vedic action is leading to an ultimate knowledge in these two schools. So even though all these darshanas has its own unique focuses and methodology, they are not isolated systems. They all are interconnected. They complement one another. And even today, they have a very strong influence over the understanding of dimensions of human existence. Okay, so these are not these six darshanas, they are not just ancient theories. They continue to shape the Indian culture, ethics, spirituality, and particularly the ways of thinking or understanding of life even today. Okay, so together, all these six philosophical schools, they offer a rich and holistic understanding of life, balancing the logic, science, devotion, action, and also the self realization of it.